Welcome, everyone. Whether you are in person or watching this online, I am so thankful that you are here. The title of our professional development today is Empowering Educators Through Magic School and ChatGPT. My name is Kaylin O'Neill, and I welcome you to this presentation. During our hour together, we will have a 10-minute introduction, followed by a 10-minute understanding of AI. At 4 o'clock, we will have a hands-on exploration of ChatGPT in Magic School for 15 minutes. At 4:15 to 4:30, we will create a highly usable product, a lesson plan, using one of those sites of ChatGPT or Magic School. And from 4:30 to 4:40, we will have our closing. Here are our learning objectives for our time together today. The first one is, given the lessons and descriptions of AI, teachers will gain knowledge about what AI is and how it might be used in the classroom. And number 2, by the end of this lesson, teachers will be able to create modified lessons of their choice using Magic School or ChatGPT. We are going to be answering the question, what is artificial intelligence and how it can benefit the classroom environment? So we're going to take 3 minutes to do a little turn and talk to someone close to you, or you may get into a small group and you are thinking about what AI is and how it can be used in the classroom. And I will start this timer now. Hey, welcome back. So I hope you had a chance to share with your colleagues about what AI is and how it could be used in the classroom. Let's watch this short video explaining AI.
You've probably heard a lot about AI recently, but what is it, really? AI, or artificial intelligence, is when we teach computers how to do things that usually require human intelligence, like identifying an object, understanding human speech, and even talking. But how do you teach a computer to learn and think? Well, it's kind of like when you train a pet to do tricks. Think of AI as a robot dog that you're training to fetch a toy. At first, your robot dog might not even know what a dog toy is, so that's the first thing you need to teach it. You show it lots of pictures of dog toys so that it learns to recognize them quickly and easily. It might make some mistakes at first, but with each correct answer, it gets a reward. Over time, the dog's recognition improves, the same way you improve at any task the more you do it. And once the robot dog gets really good at recognizing what a dog toy is, you can move on to teaching it the next step of playing fetch, running after the toy and bringing it back to you. This is basic AI, which learns by analyzing lots of data, in this case, pictures of dog toys and how to play fetch. But there's something even more complex, called generative AI, which is more like a creative robot that can improvise when it comes to making art or writing. Unlike the robot dog, the creative robot learns from everything on the internet. Videos, text, photos, you name it. When you ask it a question or give a hint, it uses what it has learned from the internet to create new things, like answers, stories, or even pictures. But here's the catch. That creative robot can sometimes make mistakes, and it doesn't know the difference between good and bad. It doesn't know if what it creates is helpful or hurtful. It can't always tell facts from fiction, or know where its information comes from. It might even use someone's work without crediting them. It just sucks up all the random or not so random information that's floating out there on the internet. That's why we, as humans, have to think hard and be critical about the information we receive from AI. We have to know what it does well and what it doesn't do well. As we use generative AI in our lives, remember that we have to be smart and responsible with how we use it.
Okay, so AI might be a new concept for some of you, and after watching that video, I hope you have a better understanding of it. And some of you might be familiar with AI, and some of you it might be something new too. But if you have used AI, I want us to think about what you've liked about it and what you've disliked about it. So let's share again in small groups and answer these questions. I will set a 3-minute timer. Again, have you ever used it, and what did you find was useful, or what did you like about it, or what did you dislike? Okay, thank you so much for sharing with one another. Now, I would like to share one way that I have used AI, and I have created lesson plans through 2 different sites. So let's explore my lesson that was created using ChatGPT. Okay, let's get started. Once you have created your account on ChatGPT, this is the page that you will come to. Down at the bottom here, you will start to type in what you want ChatGPT to create for you, and you want to have your persona as specific as possible. So I want to create a lesson using a new text that I have called Hidden Figures. And I want to create a 20-minute read aloud lesson that are connected to New York State ELA standards. And I want ChatGPT to find questions that are associated with page numbers throughout the text. And of course, you can be as specific as possible if you want certain standards to align with the lesson that you're doing. And I also want to include a hook, something to engage my students right from the beginning. And let's see what ChatGPT does. So here they are creating a lesson plan and connecting it to the New York State standard, giving an objective, materials using, what materials will be used. And here are those questions that are being asked throughout the book and when to pause to ask those questions. And let's say I like what is being created so far, but maybe I wanted a different hook. ChatGPT can keep that same lesson going for me, but create a different hook. So let's add that same lesson, but different hook. And here, over here, you'll see that it is saving what we are creating, including the same information that was already given, again with a different hook. Let's see if we like this one a little bit more. And it's doing a math challenge to connect to the rockets and into space. Again, not loving that hook. Let's give it one more try, see if we like another hook. Let's actually add 2 more hooks. See if they can come up with something that is better. And here's a career guessing game hook. And here is another hook, time travel imagination. And then it went right into that lesson plan. All right, so we have a few hooks to choose from, and let's say that I'm wanting to connect this read aloud to some project-based centers. So we can do that. We can ask ChatGPT to keep the same lesson, but add to project-based 20, well, let's keep it 10-minute centers that use universal design for learning. All right, let's see what happens. And they're creating an updated lesson plan that has 2 10-minute project-based centers. Again, keeping that same lesson the same from earlier. And let's see what hook they ended up keeping, or if they include all of the hooks. And they kept that math challenge hook. And here are our questions. And the nice thing is that we can save this lesson plan, and we can go in and change if we're still not liking those hooks or any part of it, to change it to fit more of our needs. And here are our 2 centers. And it gives you want to definitely double check all of the references that they might use, and please remember the biases that might come along with ChatGPT. And here's a technology center, here's an art center, and how it is connected to UDL. So let's say we like this lesson plan. We can go ahead and save it. It will save everything from the beginning that we created and all the modifications that we've made along the way. We go up here and we share the chat, and we can create a link to save it as well. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let's do the same thing next in Magic School. Okay, let's get. All right, so here you'll see a video where I used Magic School to create a very similar lesson plan. So let's watch. Okay, after creating your free Magic School account, you will be on a page that looks like this, and we're under the All tab. You're going to go over to the Planning tab in order to create a lesson plan. And we're going to keep it very similar to ChatGPT. We're going to scroll down just a little bit to Lesson Plan. And you'll notice that Magic School has different sections that you can add specifics. I already have my first grade in here, topic, standard, or objective section, additional criteria, standards that you want to be specific about. I am almost out of being able to regenerate new lesson plan after adding specific criteria. So I'm going to put in as much as I can for this one lesson to see what it can generate. So it already has my first grade, so I'm going to say create a 20-minute read aloud lesson using the text hidden figures. Connect to New York State ELA standards. Again, I could be more specific below, but I'm just wanting to see how it does it on its own. And asking guided questions associated with specific page numbers. throughout the text. And I want to include a hook. Let's put that down here, include a hook. And I also want 2 10-minute project-based centers, just like we did for ChatGPT, that use UDL. Universal Design for Learning. All right, so let's generate this and see what Magic School creates. So again, it's very similar criteria that we put in for ChatGPT. All right, so here we have an objective, assessment, key points. There's an opening. And here are the questions along with specific page numbers. And some common misconceptions, some guided practice. Independent practice. Creating a timeline. And a closing. The partner share. And here's the extension activity where they're suggesting 2 10-minute project-based centers. A little play activity being Space Mission Control Center, and an art gallery, and homework and standards connected. So you can see that it's very different, and it gives us 2 different lessons that we can think about and definitely merge and modify. You're also able to share this and be able to generate a link to modify the lesson and share it with colleagues and such. Okay, here's a copy of the link. All right, thanks so much. Let's keep going. Okay, so after creating both of those lessons, I decided that I wanted to combine the lessons into a Google Doc, and here's the reason why. A little video to showing you. Okay, I just wanted to show you that Magic School actually had the ability to copy the lesson right into my Google Drive, which is amazing. And I also took ChatGPT's lesson and also put it into my Google Drive, into a Google Doc. So here's the first one that was created with ChatGPT. And scrolling down a little bit, you will see then that there's also, here starts the lesson from Magic School. So I'm able to take that information and change it and create one lesson if I want, and then it is into my Google Drive. And below here you will see that here is my modified lesson plan for ChatGPT, my modified lesson plan for Magic School, and the combination that you just saw on the screen as well. Those links are embedded in there. Okay. All right, so there are definitely some benefits and limitations to using ChatGPT. So let's go over some of the limitations that you must consider when using ChatGPT. So information may be inaccurate or outdated. Links can be irrelevant and send you to wrong pages, or even links that aren't current anymore. There's also biases in content that can definitely affect the information that's being presented. So those are some very important limitations to think about. And there's also some benefits to using ChatGPT. It's tailored to suit your individual requirements, allows for collaboration, enabling you to modify your drafts at any time, helps educators save time and energy, allowing us to concentrate on other tasks. So in your email, I sent you links to these slides. So you are welcome to use the embedded links that you'll see for ChatGPT and Magic School. It is now time to create free accounts using either ChatGPT or Magic School and create a lesson plan. You are welcome to explore both sites or just one if you really feel drawn to just one. And the goal for today is for you to be able to use the lesson plan that you create in your classroom. And again, the two links are on the next slides, and I will be walking around, so please ask for any assistance or help that you might need. You are more than welcome to work with grade level colleagues or anyone that you would like to team up with, or you're welcome to work alone. After this, we're going to share our ideas and explore, and after we've had time to explore and create a lesson plan. Okay, so if there aren't any questions right now, I'm going to set the timer for you to get into ChatGPT or Magic School, and you're welcome to use those links that you'll find in your email through the slides shared. All right, happy creating. All right, welcome back. Let's share as a whole group the answers to these questions. What aspects of this activity surprised you? Were you successful in developing a practical lesson plan? And did you notice any significant differences between the two sites? So we're just going to share as a whole group some things that surprised us, if we were successful, anything that we noticed that was really different between the two sites. Well, thank you so much for your share and having such a rich conversation about AI in the classroom and creating these lesson plans. I would like to keep this conversation going, so our next steps will be a follow-up meeting to discuss any concerns or questions, any strategies that came from exploring AI and maybe those specific sites since our meeting today. So there will be a follow-up email that I will be sending out in a few weeks for us to get a better sense as to where everybody's at. And here is a link to that. And that's just a questionnaire about your time since this workshop, what you have found out, what you have enjoyed, any more AI experiences that you might have had. Well, thank you so much for attending today. I hope this was beneficial to you. I'm here to answer any questions or anything that may come up. AI, all of this is very new to me as well, and I'm excited to explore this with you all. Before leaving, I would like you to fill out this Google Doc exit ticket so that I can continue to provide beneficial resources for you. And thank you so much for coming, and I look forward to continuing this conversation.